Dumerville, first time we've said his name tonight, makes the tackle.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about Elvis Dumerville in the open. Here's the guy under 6 feet tall, but already 11 sacks on the season, which generally just doesn't go together. And I asked the coach, how do you explain that? You know, and he said, telling you the guy has a wingspan of about 6'7", and he's able to use, there you go, those long arms. Our guys in the truck have everything. Use those long arms to just fend people off. So even though he's going against guys 6'6", 6'7", he can still get those arms extended.
Play stopped before it got started with a flag.
False start, 81, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Owen Daniels, the false start for Gary Kubiak's offense. Kubiak involved in sort of in the play calling, huh? The play comes down from upstairs from Mike Sherman.
Yeah.
And then Kubiak signals it in or radios it in, and either can nullify it or do that call of Sherman. So
it's like Julius Caesar, kind of the thumbs up or thumbs down.
Good.
Right?
I like that. That's much better than the way I explained it. Rosenfels, man wide open. It's Daniels, and Daniels rides it down to the 10-yard line. Jamie Wimburn on the big man's back, holding on for dear life, and Daniels to the 10 for a Texans first down.
Well, Ian Gold out with the injury, remember, and so now that's going to put Jamie Winborn in the game. He's a speed guy, but Owen Daniels with a nice cut back to the inside, wrong-footed Jamie Winborn there for a big first down.
29 yards to Daniels. Ron Dane hit in the backfield and dropped. There's a flag down. John Engelberger hitting Dane in the backfield. 2 penalty flags on the play, actually 3, so all over the place.
Couldn't tell if they were starting to count guys on the defensive side.
$12 men on defense,
yep.
5-yard penalty. First down.
No wonder they made such a nice play. But once again, we're seeing, Tom, in the red zone, the Denver Broncos in the first half offensively making big mistakes, offsides, silly things, and now defensively making big mistakes in the red zone. This game is being decided from the 20-yard line in, and that's why the Broncos are losing it right now.
So now from the 6, it's first and goal. Fake it to Dane. Rosenfels still has it. Nowhere to go, and throws it away. Nice decision that time. Jamie Wimborn was bearing down on Rosenfels. He bootlegged it for a score, remember, on the first drive of the game. And Denver not fooled that time.
Well, it's tougher to run the bootleg when you're not running the ball great. That time they did have a good look. And more in the NFL now, we're seeing the linebackers and not the defensive ends. You always see the Denver Broncos defensive ends crashing and chasing the runs, and they're relying on the speed they have at the outside linebacker, that time Jamie Winborn, to be able to take away the bootleg.
So that penalty a few moments ago did not result in a first down. It's still possible to make a first down without scoring. Doesn't matter. It's a moot point as Ron Dane high steps into the end zone. Ron Dane scoring the touchdown, his 4th rushing touchdown of the season, with a little Heisman pose there for a good measure.
Watch Mark Bruner right here is going to come out and circle around. I can't draw it. On the backside, left side there, he's going to circle all the way around his guy and seal off that backside. He actually goes down the field and came back and got the block to get Ron Dane in.
And the extra point by Chris Brown. Another touchdown drive, another impressive one by the Houston Texans, who up their lead over the Broncos. There's the Heisman.
Give the tradition, pride, teamwork, Spirit.
He's something. 25-20, and he scores!
Tigers win! Holy cow!
Heartbreak. Glory. NCAA college football on NASN.
These guys look fantastic. I'm so proud.
Join the Reebok Hockey Revolution. Visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
It's college football bowl season again on NASN, and this December we bring you 15 of the best bowl games from across the NCAA. Catch all these great games plus the 5 BCS games live in January, only on NASN. Check NASN.com for schedules and information.
Two teams hoping to keep their playoff hopes alive, and the Houston Texans have a 17-6 lead now. They have only 6 rushing touchdowns prior to tonight's game and have scored twice tonight via the run, one with Rosenfels there, and the last one, Ron Dane on a 66-yard drive that upped the Texas lead. Chris Brown's kickoff taken by Martinez at the goal line. And Martinez almost broke it with a nice return, tackled at the 32-yard line by Dressen, the tight end. Jay Cutler on the field when we come back.
Hotel and airline prices can vary depending on the day you travel, which means you might save a lot of money by shifting your trip a day or two. That's why Expedia has airfare and hotel rate calendars. They show you how prices change day by day, and every trip is backed by our best price guarantee.
Now through Friday, book your hotel stay on Expedia, and you'll get up to a $50 gas card. Expedia.com. You can.
It's college football bowl season again on NASN, and this December we bring you 15 of the best bowl games from across the NCAA. Catch all these great games plus the 5 BCS games live in January, only on NASN. Check NASN.com for schedules and information.
Hockey's not just a game, it's a lifestyle.
Join the Reebok Revolution. Visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
Watch the 5 best NFL games each week, re-aired in an enhanced 90-minute show, NFL Replay. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, only on NFL Network.
I think the Broncos would like to replay some red zone opportunities. That's the difference in this game so far.
225 yards of offense and only 6 points as Travis Henry is twisted down.
You know, it's been a little unusual night tonight for Jay Cutler. He typically is a guy that throws off to his right side. You see the numbers, what a difference in the quarterback rating throwing to his right. Most quarterbacks are that way because that's the side, the most natural vision side. But tonight, we've actually seen just the opposite. He's been working Brandon Marshall to the left against Von Hutchins. But now we have Marshall down here to the right.
Cutler to his right that time, and spotted right in the middle of the defense, the tight end Scheffler, and he has a big gain down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 30 yards.
And D'Amico Ryans that time unable to get back down the middle in the split safeties, fooled on the play fake, and you could see the tight end just sneak in behind him, number 59. His job is those two safeties split. He's got to be able to run with the tight end. It's such a difficult thing, especially for a young linebacker. The Broncos, you know they want to run that stretch play, and if you bite on it, they're going to get you.
Fake. Cutler again rolls to his right, sets his feet, wings it downfield, up for grabs, and incomplete. Intended for Javon Walker, and C.C. Brown and others had a chance at it.
That's just bad.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't do that. And that's what you see out of Jay Cutler. He'll make good play, good play, good play, strong arm. Maybe you get away with something like that in college. But that's the second one we've seen tonight, that balls like that more often than not are picked. And plus now you're sort of off schedule, if you will. You know, now you're looking at a 2nd and 10. You had a nice beginning to this drive here. You just can't take those kind of chances in this league.
Going to try to run the stretch play, and it gets nothing as Moreeeee Greenwood makes the defensive play for the Houston Texans. Well, this is again a tip of the hat to the Houston Texans, who, when the ball gets down into scoring territory, not quite the red zone, but down about where it is right now, they have stiffened up all game long.
You know, almost every team in the league will devote a day to red zone offense because it's so different. The holes are just squeezed tighter. You've got to play with a greater sense of urgency and a little quicker, and right now the Broncos haven't responded.
Cutler looking downfield, almost intercepted. Fred Bennett almost had number 4, the rookie defending Brandon Marshall, and nearly picked it off.
They've been so excited about the play of Fred Bennett. They really think that ultimately, if they can get Dante Robinson back, that this young man, the rookie, is going to be the guy on the other side. And they say the thing they probably like the most about him is the fact that if he makes a bad play, he doesn't get down on it, you know, and for a rookie, and in particular a corner, that's something you don't see. And you don't often see the Broncos going for it on 4th down, and they've done it twice.
4th and 10, too, from the 35-yard line, from the 35-yard line, from the shotgun. Under pressure, let it fly. And that's about it. It was not close to anybody else. That was a safety blitz from Will Demps, who has had a big game for the Houston Texans on defense. The ball will go over when we return to Houston.
The hard-hitting action of American football continues on NASN, the home of the NFL. It's crunch time with the playoffs getting closer. Every game is critical in the hunt to advance. And this week, we feature teams with Super Bowl dreams. This Sunday, it's a live doubleheader. First up, the Jacksonville Jaguars battle the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then the Philadelphia Eagles take on the mighty Dallas Cowboys. Coverage begins with Sunday NFL Countdown, live this Sunday on NASN.
For Wilson NFL and GST footballs and much more, visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
The guys at PTI are on board to enlighten us on the lighter side of American sports.
A certain, how did the French say, I don't know what?
What means I don't know what.
They even embrace European culture. Well, at least they're gonna try.
Today, how did they say that in England, Mike?
No guess today, Maurice.
I guess I was very southern British. Good night, Europe. Here's the flags and the nation.
Pardon the interruption. Catch Mike and Tony exclusively here on NASN.
Jay Cutler just shaking his head on the Denver bench. The Broncos have had 2 possessions in this quarter, both times the ball going over on downs. So Houston will put it in play from the Texans' 35-yard line. I formation, Dane the tailback. Here's the hand to Dane, using Leach as blocker. Not much there, stacked up by Winborn and others from the Denver defense.
Let's go back to the 4th down play. This is obviously man coverage. All these guys in man coverage because of the blitz. You're going to have nobody in the middle of the field. So as a receiver, you have to understand those routes have to be broken off. Your quarterback doesn't have time for you to run 15, 20 yards down the field. No way they can block Will Dimps on the play. They simply don't have enough protection on that play. And so somebody at the wide receiver position has to recognize the coverage and break it off.
Rosenfels after the fake to Dane. Throws it into traffic and it's picked off. Intercepted by Bly. There's a flag down. Dre Bly still on his feet and ducks out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Tom, there's going to be pass interference called on this one, but because it's tipped, they might pick this flag up. If the ball's tipped before the interference happened, they'll pick up the flag and allow the interception.
Tip there. That's a close call.
That is really close.
Lynch was the man that deflected the ball, but that is split second.
And this is not reviewable as to the pass interference part of this.
There is no foul for pass interference downfield. The ball was tipped. That flag was picked up. We have holding, number 74, offense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down, Denver.
So they declined the Salam holding. The ball deflected, tipped by John Lynch. And Dre Bly with the interception. That's his 5th of the season and the first turnover of the game. Broncos ball when we return to Houston.
NASN Trivia Timeout. What running back has the highest average yards per carry for a career? Stay tuned. The answer is coming up.
Cubs and Yankee fans are like oil and water. Cubs and White Sox fans at the same dinner table? Bad idea. Despite their differences, fans do have one thing in common. Their heroes all wear Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
xgames.com is the year-round online destination for action sports from around the world. We've got the latest vids, bios, photo galleries, and news 24/7, 365. Moto, BMX, skate, rally, surf, and the exclusive home of the X Games. If it happened in the world of action sports, it'll be on xgames.com. Bookmark it and log on early and often. Anytime, any place. xgames.com.
Welcome back to NASN Trivia Timeout. Now, the answer. Of all running backs with at least 750 career carries, Jim Brown's 5.22 yards per carry is the highest in NFL history.
From Houston, Texas, tonight's aerial coverage presented by Sears. First turnover of the game. The interception by Bly gives Denver the ball with a first down at the 27-yard line and 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. John Lynch, you saw him, made it happen for Denver with the tip. Scheffler, he's suddenly become Cutler's favorite receiver here the last couple series. There's the tip by Lynch and the interception by Dre, and here's the discussion by the officials.
Okay. Was tipped. You called him for climbing on his back. The ball was tipped before that.
So that we're going to pick up the flag.
Yeah. And we're going to pick yours up.
Yes, because we declined it, yeah.
Bill Carollo, that's the discussion the officials had. The tip ball occurred before the interference, so Lynch had made two things happen. He made the interference call and enabled the interception. Knocked out of bounds. Cutler hit by Charlie Anderson hard. Was that a design play, Chris?
Sure was. They had Brandon Marshall coming down on a crackback. He's in short motion, and he has taken out even defensive ends so far this season. He is going to come down, short motion, whack Mario Williams, set design for Jay Cutler to get to the outside.
Yeah,
that's what you have when you have a big 230-pound
Yeah, but then he got
receiver.
whacked. I don't want my quarterback getting whacked and knocked 6 feet out of bounds.
Yeah, but they got the first down, and they haven't been doing anything else down here, so you take your shot.
Time for them to punch it in if they're going to inside the final minute of the third. Cutler, a quick toss. It's Scheffler again. Scheffler breaks 2 tackles, lost the football. But a touchdown. It's called a touchdown the other way. Denver touchdowns. He broke the plane to the goal line before the ball came loose. I wouldn't be celebrating that if I were Scheffler.
No, and this is going to be interesting because it was a run play. This is something that could be reviewed on the field. Nice block again down the field by Brandon Marshall is what really makes this. I think that's a touchdown. I think that's a good call by the officials, right at the right spot, made the right call. Touchdown for the Broncos.
Tony Scheffler putting the ball in one hand and extending it and just breaking the plane of the goal line.
The receiver broke the plane with the ball before the fumble. By rule, it's a touchdown.
Kubiak wondering whether to challenge or not.
Well, he has time until this kick is made. He has the flag in hand. They're showing it on the Jumbotron here. Kubiak is looking up at it. And there goes the flag.
So he is going to challenge. James Coleman, the side judge, made the signal, looking straight down the goal line.
Remember now, because they've called it a touchdown on the field, and that camera is right down the line. It doesn't have to go across the line. Remember, the goal line starts at the front edge of that. So if it breaks the front edge of the goal line, that is a touchdown, at least from my vantage point. I thought it did. Do you?
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
Kubiak has not fared well in the challenge department. Only 1 of 8.
Houston is challenging the ruling down the field that it was a touchdown. We'll review the play.
Tony Scheffler just going to swing out. Brandon Marshall with a tremendous block down the field, his second straight on this drive. And then Scheffler's just going to take it, extend the hand across. Obviously a risky play in that situation. But you'll see the referee to your right signal touchdown immediately. Plays over at that point. As long as it crosses the front edge of the plane and he still has control. And I just don't think there's any question in my mind that yes, he did, but more so, you can't possibly reverse it based on that.
Still had possession when it broke the goal, and then a split second later it came out.
Yep.
So Bill Carollo will take a long, hard look at it. See it from all those different angles, but the one straight down the goal line is the definitive angle. And it appears to indicate that Scheffler scored the touchdown, which would be his 4th of the season.
And we see everybody around the league all trying to do that now. You extend with one hand, and it looks great on television. But that would have been a first down on the 1-inch line if you just put your shoulder down. Maybe you score anyway at that point. And, boy, if you turn it over.
So you're saying you don't think it's worth the risk, huh?
You know, there's occasions when it is on 4th down or 4th and goal, whatever the situation. But here it would have been 1st and goal from the 1-inch line, even if you don't get it in. So
you think that was going through his mind as he tried to get it into the end zone?
You know, they don't have all the time that I have to sit up here and think, and I've had a couple of Mountain Dews, and so my mind wanders sometimes.
Bill with a call.
After reviewing the play, it's been determined the receiver did break the plane with the ball in control. Therefore, it's a touchdown. Play stands as called. Houston is charged with the first challenge and timeout.
Not a popular decision here in Houston, but apparently, as we saw it, the correct one. And Bill Carollo apparently saw it the same way. So Jason Elam will attempt the point after touchdown.
It's going to be a good fourth quarter, isn't it?
Yeah, just 36 seconds left in the third. And the game tightening up. If Elam hits the point after, it'll be a 4-point contest. With playoff hopes on the line. To the winner, still has a chance. To the loser, if it's the Texans, they're out. If it's the Broncos, maybe. And the extra point by Elam is good. So Jay Cutler getting the ball to Scheffler, his tight end. He used him extensively on that drive, Scheffler. Cutler finding his tight end time and time again, and the last one worked for a touchdown.
Yeah, and Brandon Marshall with some key blocks, but now for Sage Rosenfels, this is when he has been absolutely at his best in the fourth quarter. A 114 quarterback rating in the fourth quarter as we take a look at how they took advantage of the Dre Bly interception.
The only turnover of the game, resulting in Denver's first touchdown of the game.
Don't forget the job Sage Rosenfels did against Tennessee earlier this year, a game that we were sitting there at NBC watching all of them. I kind of just ignored that when it was like 35-7 or something like that, and Rosenfels started hitting touchdown passes to everybody, and finally what looked like was going to be the game winner to Andre Davis on sort of a Hail Mary sort of throw, but then it was Rob Baronis coming back for his 8th field goal of the day to ultimately win it for Tennessee.
Scheffler and Marshall, 2 receiving stars of the game for the Broncos so far.
Who do you think's bigger?
And of course, it was John Lynch, the veteran, who made it happen with a deflection. Dre Bly picked it off. Touchdown. Later to Scheffler. There's the kick by Sauerbrunn, taken by Andre Davis. Davis capable of a big one, but can't get free that time. Dragged down just across the 25-yard line by Jordan Beck. NFL Total Access has the latest news and information from around the league, featuring exclusive Team Cam access. That's Monday through Saturday, 7 Eastern, only on NFL Network.
That has become my #1 work tool right there. I record them all and get a chance to go back and watch them at my leisure.
So Houston, with 30 seconds left in the third, begins from their own 26-yard line. Ron Dane, the handoff on first down. Taken down after a couple of yards by Alvin McKinley.
John Lynch is just simply a linebacker on the field for the Denver Broncos. That time they were in man coverage, and he just squeezed it on the outside. He understands how to play linebacker, how to play safety, how to play a little bit of everything, but he has been great from beginning to end of his career.
And that ends the third quarter. We'll head to the fourth with the Texans clinging to a 4-point lead, 17-13 over the Broncos.
There are 380,000 NCAA student athletes. And most of us will go pro.
Most of us will go pro in something other than sports.
In something other than sports. Go to ncaastudent.org to find out how.
fourth quarter has been Rosenfeld's time this season. He started 6 for 6, but only 5 of 16 since that time. And had the Lynch tipped ball picked off by Bly for the interception, the only turnover of the game, which led to the Denver touchdown. Here's the first play of the fourth quarter. Rosenfeld sort of short-armed the pass, caught by Andre Johnson and ridden down short of the first down. That was Nate Webster that hit him in a hurry.
Pretty amazing what he's been able to do in fourth quarter of games. 2-0 now as a starting quarterback, which when you do the math, that means Matt Schaub is what, 4-7 as a starting quarterback. So he really has gotten it done. And now he's sitting in a position where it's a little bit middle of the road. You don't want to take too many crazy chances here, but your offense needs some first downs because clearly now defensively you're struggling just a little bit against this Denver Broncos offense.
Schaub with a separated shoulder watches from the sideline on this third down play. 3rd and 3. Rosenfels lofts it high, and it's caught by Walter. Rosenfels just arced it over the defense that time, and Walter had found a spot between Abdullah and Bailey, who finally recovered to make the tackle.
And Champ Bailey on that 3rd and 3 was expecting a short throw to the running back underneath. He was caught peeking inside a little bit, tried to jump that route by Walter, and Walter just makes a double move on him and gets Champ on that one.
25 yards. It came on a 3rd and 3, so a big third down conversion that time by the Texans, who send Ron Dayne as the tailback here in the eye, and Walter made that big catch for the first down. Texans coming right back. Ron Dayne says, "Get out of my way." Inside the 30-yard line, and Leach, who's done a good job blocking from his fullback spot, knocked Webster out of the way, and Dayne kept churning ahead for a gain of 13 yards.
Well, we've been talking about the stretch play as far as the Denver Broncos go. Here comes the stretch play the other way by the Houston Texans. They simply move all their offensive linemen off to the right. There's not really a specified hole. The back can kind of pick and choose wherever he wants to go. Good job up front that time. You could see the entire offensive line sort of turning the corner and getting that edge.
Darius Walker now at the running back spot as Walter goes in motion. Pitch it to Walker, using his blockers, but nowhere to go. 2 yards at best. Josh Mallett on the stop for the Denver Broncos. Interesting, though, that, as you said, here it is the fourth quarter. Those big defensive linemen perhaps getting a little weary, and you bring in big Ron Dayne to pound on them a little bit.
Yeah, it is a philosophy that works. And if you had to say which team ran the Denver Broncos and Mike Shanahan's offense the best tonight, you would have to give it to son Kyle and Gary Kubiak.
Walker, there's a flag down, and he stopped at the 12-yard line, breaking the tackle of Elvis Dumerville, but there's a penalty marker on the play.
Five-yard face mask, 92, defense. 5-yard penalty in the end of the run, first down.
Dumerville tried to get him by the face mask and drew the penalty instead.
Here's the stretch play going to go again. Everybody here, but this time you're going to see Darius Walker take it all the way back here. We were talking about it earlier. There's no specific hole that you talk about. You can go anywhere from all the way to the right edge, which he did on the last run, to all the way back across the grain there. That's what makes it so difficult to stop that running game.
Remember what we said about Darius? Patience and vision.
Right? There it was.
Now Dayne is back in. Ron Dayne carries tacklers to the 5-yard line. Engelberger first to hit him. Impressive that the Texans, after giving up the turnover and the subsequent touchdown to Denver, coming right back with a drive of their own.
They seem very under control tonight, don't they? And really have a plan. But we do have to say this is a Denver Broncos defense that has been giving up points in big measure over the course of the season. When you go look back on it, it's all the way back to the old AFL days till they've given up the number of points they have this season to this point.
Average giving up nearly 26 a game, 29th in the league. Fake to Dame. Rosenfels. It's caught by Walter, but could go for a loss on the play. Champ Bailey made sure of that with there's that tackling you mentioned too. A sure tackler, Champ Bailey.
Yeah, and the Broncos were lucky to get out of them. A lot of confusion pre-snap there, but watch how Champ does this. Young men who like to play football, he's going to make contact, wrap both arms around, drive backwards. That's the difference. We saw Abdullah earlier in the game completely fan on a tackle, just like that one, but Champ Bailey does not miss in the open field.
So 3rd and goal with the ball just inside the Denver 5. Davis in motion. Rosenfels flips it out to Johnson for the touchdown.